10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Well, hello there. What's up? Oh god, this background's gonna make me dizzy. It just won't stop spinning. It's gonna make me dizzy at some point. Okay, I'm just not gonna look at the background. It just keeps spinning. I don't know. I tried a new background. Here, we'll try a different one. I'm playing around with these new animated backgrounds that you can do on StreamYard. Let's try that one. That one's not spinning, at least. I got to download some more. I only downloaded like 4 of them or something. I was just like, oh, whatever. I'll try some, see if what they look like, that kind of thing. But anyway, woo! What's going on? How's everybody's Saturday doing? Yeah, everybody have a good Saturday so far, at least?
Not too bad.
Yeah? All right.
Did some walking,
Some walking? I mean,
yep.
That seems like something.
A nice Saturday morning stroll.
Yeah. Okay. Through Chicago.
Yeah. Indy good part of town.
Oh, okay. So you didn't need the bulletproof vest.
No.
Okay, good. All right. That's good. That's good. I just keep hearing all these stories about what's going on in Chicago. I'm like, oh,
damn. Yeah. Did some window shopping.
Okay, now
sat down
in Chicago, window shopping means something else. But okay,
not the Chicago way, just the regular.
Not the Chicago way. The regular way to window shop. I got you.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just checking it, but
Yeah.
There were no bricks involved.
No bricks involved. Somebody's gonna be watching this for the first time and be like, "That's incredibly racist."
And it is.
I've seen white people throw bricks too, so.
No, but
that's who first started off.
It's true.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, at the time they were wearing like white clothes and some very stylish headgear, but they did start it. That's true. White people totally started the throwing bricks and shit. That was totally white people.
I was thinking Antifa, but that was.
Oh, I'm sorry. Them too. Yes.
Yeah.
I went way far back. I went
too
farther back than everybody else was thinking. It's still true though. I mean, just look at Tulsa in 1921. Anyway, that's not what this chat's about tonight, people. That's not what we're talking about today. Today is the Geek Chat, not the
right.
Yeah, not the other chat. I was going to go into a whole thing and then just keep it going, but I was like, no, let's just have fun.
Yeah.
Let's do Geek Chat.
Right. I was just trying to talk about my nice day walking through the neighborhood, and it just ended up being.
And then I had to take it somewhere crazy and make it all about something it's not. I'm sorry, Leo. That's my fault. But that's okay. We're moving on. So there was a lot I had pulled up to talk about today. I was looking at all the stuff that I watched this week, and I was like, oh, wow. There was actually stuff to actually discuss. So we had some trailers that came out, little news that came out, some TV show that is about to go into its season finale next week. We got a TV show that had its season finale this week. A show that just started the beginning of the end for the show. So there's a few things to talk about. Leo, did you watch Gen V this week?
No, I did not.
You haven't watched it?
No.
So you haven't seen the season finale? I forgot because we've talked about it before. Have you watched? I mean, you watched some of it though, right?
Yes, I'm probably like 4 episodes in.
Yeah. Well, so you had what, eight episodes? I think the season finale was this week.
Has it already?
Yeah, already season finale. I have thought the show was okay. Like, it wasn't bad, but it's not anywhere near to the level The Boys is.
No.
That being said, the last episode, the season finale, is the best episode, like hands down. That one episode is better than the other 7 put together.
Oh, okay.
It was a good last episode. I won't spoil it since you haven't seen it, but it was good, and it ends directly tying it into the next season of The Boys. And so there's some cameos in this episode, like real quick ones. You know what I mean? Like not extensive, but quick cameos, just a couple of them. And it kind of everything that the season's been building towards kind of just pops off and erupts in the final episode. It was good. I liked it. It definitely, whilst I've been underwhelmed with the first season, and again, it's good, but like it's here and The Boys is way up here, right? The last episode does kind of get you pumped up for like at least more with these characters. I'm not sure that this is going to be an ongoing series because the way they left it kind of almost made it seem like they were then just going to tie this into The Boys, this story. You know what I mean? As opposed to, like making this a continuing series. Because I feel like what happened in this was pretty self-contained all in one season. Like at least, I mean, I guess they could go on with these characters on their own show, but it certainly wouldn't be in the setting that the first season was in. And it'd be very different. It almost seems more like it should just go into The Boys the way it ended. So I don't know. We'll see what happens with it. But it was a solid season finale. I'll say that. For a show that was a little underwhelming, it was a solid season finale that I left going, okay, all right, cool. Yeah, I dug it. Overall, the ending kind of paid off everything and was enjoyable. So I'll leave it at that. I watch it whenever you get around to it. I'll be curious to see what you think. I think it was a show. I liked the first couple episodes, first 2 or 3 episodes. I think we're fairly strong, and then it kind of wavers in the middle, and then it starts getting a little better as it goes to the end. So I don't know. I almost feel like it could have been much shorter, like a little bit shorter, more compact story, maybe 6 as opposed to 8 episodes or something like that. Not drag it out quite as much, and it probably would be better. But all in all, not bad, not great, but a good ending. So take that for what you will, people. I don't know. If you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. If you haven't, go watch it. I mean, it's not horrible. So there you go. The other Amazon thing that I haven't watched yet, because I was pissed off at Amazon for doing this, was they started the second season of Invincible.
Yes, I didn't get a chance to watch it yet either.
I haven't because I clicked on it thinking, oh, well, they're at least going to give me 3 episodes. They usually do. Amazon does. They give you like 3 episodes and then it goes week to week.
Right.
It was 1 episode.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm going to wait till there's a few episodes to watch. I don't want to, if it was a meaty hour-long show, maybe. But I'm sorry, we don't live in those days of like week-to-week crap anymore. You know what I mean? I want to, especially for a 30-minute show, I want to binge watch a few episodes.
Yeah, if it was an hour show, I could see, it probably be like 1 episode, maybe, or at least 2.
Yeah.
1 hour episode and 1 30-minute.
Yeah. So it was disappointing that it was just 1 episode drop day. So I haven't even watched it. I'm probably not gonna watch it for a week or 2 till I can watch a few episodes at a time. And then I'll talk about it on the show, or who knows? I might just wait till the show's over and binge watch the whole thing. I forget how many episodes the first season was. Was it 10? I feel like it was 10 episodes.
I think so. Something like that.
Yeah. Although that means waiting 10 weeks to freaking watch it.
Right.
I don't know. So, yeah, I mean, come on. These streaming services got us used to binge watching. It's why we enjoyed them, and now they're going back to this. I say going back to it like they just started. They've been doing this for the last 2 or 3 years, this going back to this week-to-week crap. And I'm just like, okay, and that's cool, I guess, if you're going to give me a big meaty episode of something, you know what I'm saying? An hour long, packed with a lot of story, then okay, I'll come around once a week to it. You're giving me 30 minutes or 25 minutes or whatever some of these episodes are. I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm not waiting a week for that. This ain't 1986 and I'm waiting for the first episode of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles anymore, okay? I ain't got that kind of patience to wait around a whole week for, 25 minutes worth of content. I just don't. Yep. So, yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I'm sure it's good. The first season was amazing. I'm not judging the show itself. I'm judging Amazon for how they're releasing the show. So, I'm sure it's a great show. I fucking loved the first season. It was great. So I
almost wasn't going to watch it. I almost was going to watch it, but I watched the first episode and I waited towards that ending. And that ending of that first episode is what got me.
Yep. Yep. And then once you watch that first episode, you're like hooked. It's like, oh shit, I got to watch the hell out of this. And just that it's done so well. And then especially once you
were able to get through Amber.
Oh, dude, but then once
right. Go ahead.
What? No, you go ahead.
I was gonna say, if you can make it through Amber, right, you can make it through the whole season.
Oh yeah.
Because she had me pulling out my hair damn near.
Yeah, it's so good. I'm looking forward to when I can watch a big chunk of episodes at a time. I may wait a few weeks, binge watch what's there, then wait a few more weeks and binge watch the rest of it or something. I don't know. We'll see. Unless somebody can convince me, no, it's so good, you got to watch it week to week. We'll see. I don't know.
I'll at least try to get the first episode. I'm gonna at least watch the first episode. Might probably later on tonight or tomorrow.
Yeah.
Just to see what happens after that ending, the last ending.
Yeah.
And then
I don't know. We'll see. I'm sure it's good. We also have the next to last episode of Loki season 2. By far the best episode of the season. You watched it yet?
Oh yes.
I have not seen a single.
You haven't watched shit, have you, Leo?
Just anime mostly.
Jesus. We need to do Leo
a new batch of One Piece, so I've been watching that.
We need to do a Leo's anime corner segment of the show. You just talk about the anime that you watched. No, they did
Mandrake.
Yeah. They did the next to last episode. I don't know. What did you think, Tim? I thought it was clearly the best episode so far.
Oh, I thought it was really good.
Yeah. Definitely the best episode. Leading right into the finale this next week. Again, and I said it last week, I'll say it again. This season has felt much less self-contained than season 1 did. And what I mean by that is each episode, and I think this makes it a binge watching type of show. Each episode does not feel like a complete story. Like it just really doesn't. It felt like the first season, each episode, I felt like I got a little more in each episode. This one's probably better binge watch. So if you haven't watched it yet, that's fine. Wait till sometime this week and then just binge watch all of them when the new episode comes out on Thursday. But the episode was really damn good. I thought it got me pumped and excited for the season finale. I'm still, I don't know what we're doing here with Loki, if I'm honest. Like when it comes to just in general, the MCU, you know what I mean? And how we're Loki's back, but nobody in the continuity that we're used to in the movies and the other TV shows knows he's alive, right? He's been with the TVA this whole time. We know they're doing a big reset at some point after Secret Wars. We talked about that last week, that Marvel's going to do a big, just like in the comics, Secret Wars reset the universe, got rid of all the multiverses and narrowed it down back to one universe. So I don't know where Loki fits in. I can say that, we're almost done with 2 seasons of Loki. And I've always liked Loki's character in the movies. He was always a good character, and he had probably one of the better character arcs out of all the characters in the movies.
Yes.
As far as, starting out as truly a jealous, vengeful bad guy when we first see him, and to even before before his own series, like coming full circle to being Thor's brother again, and then dying trying to help Thor. He had a great story arc, right? And now we're getting more with the character. I like the character even more than I did. I think the series has been very good for his character. I'm ready for him to like be reintroduced into the movies. You know what I mean? Like, I get he's doing his own thing in the series. I think because that this stuff has tied in so much to Kang, and we're gonna get more Kang, probably not played by Jonathan Majors because he's gonna go to fucking jail. That's what it looks like anyway. It looks like it's not looking good. They've turned down every they've tried to get the charge dismissed multiple times, and it was like this last week they set a court date. They're like, no, you're kidding. We're charging you with this shit. So I don't know what's going on with Jonathan Majors. They may do a little switcheroo there and get somebody else to come in and play the role. I have no idea. We'll see. But either way, they've set up too much stuff. We're definitely getting more Kang. They've got everything based on it all culminating in secret. What are they calling it? The two movies it's Kang Dynasty, and then a year later it's going to be just like what they did with Infinity War and Endgame, where you get Kang Dynasty in 2026 and then Secret War in 2027. And we know it's like, I mean, it's in the name. So, yeah, so I don't know what they're going to do with him, but either way, Kang is going to be around. Whether it's Jonathan Majors or not, I don't know. But either way, Kang is going to be around. I think whenever they bring Kang back, whenever he becomes the big bad guy in the movie, they got to bring Loki back, right? He's got to be in the Avengers movies now at this point. I mean, he's officially a good guy now. He's got to be in the fucking movies.
Pretty much, yeah.
I can even see him being on the Avengers now. I mean, I know he doesn't really. It doesn't show it much in the show, but he's incredibly powerful. Like, he's gotten. I mean, he's a freaking god. He doesn't really use his powers on the show per se, because most of the stuff he's doing doesn't require him to fight big evil bad guys or anything like that. The show's not filled with lots of fighting, right? So I think, but yeah, he's a powerful, very, very powerful god. I think we can definitely get there with him back in the movies and doing something. I'd hate to see him just relegated to Disney Plus TV shows forever, and he's never reintroduced back into the movies when he's a great character. So I don't know. We'll see what they're doing. I'm not sure. Dom out there in the chat, super chat. Thank you, Dom. Says, dude, with the latest Disney info to replace Kang with Doctor Doom, I don't even think Disney knows what they're doing. I saw something about that, and then it was like never confirmed. I saw a bunch of I saw several of the big entertainment reporting whatever coming out and doing stories on this quote unquote leak that was coming out. And basically what they said was there's no confirmation to this at all that Doctor Doom is going to replace Kang. There's no confirmation at all that they're replacing Kang with anybody else. They still have the plan to make Kang the big bad guy in Kang Dynasty. And that will lead directly into Secret Wars. Now they are saying Doom will be introduced, but that's been a rumor for years, long before they were having issues with Jonathan Majors. So
and here's the thing with Kang: you make her a woman and make her gay,
and lame.
Yeah. Make her a chick and make her gay and make her lame.
Yeah. Yes.
Yep.
That is a South Park reference there for anybody that doesn't know. Yes. They'll probably do some variant of Kang that's a chick. Although I don't know, there might have been a female variant of Kang in the comics. There's been so many of them, I don't remember. So it could be. It always could be, but whatever. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, Marvel has lost its luster. There's still good stuff in Marvel. I still, overall, I still get more I enjoy out of Marvel than not. But there was a time when everything coming out of Marvel was pretty much solid and fantastic. And B, the stuff we are getting that I still enjoy ain't great anymore. Like, there's a couple things here and there. Like, I do love Loki. I think the show's really good. I really, really like Loki. I loved Guardians of the Galaxy 3. I loved Spider-Man No Way Home. And I loved Shang-Chi, however the hell you're supposed to say it, right? But that's it. I mean, those are like the things that I've watched that I'm like, oh, those are great, right? Those are great. I love that stuff. Everything else there's been some good stuff in there. I didn't hate Love and Thunder. A lot of people did. I did not. That was a fun movie. Wasn't great, but it was a fun movie. You know, there's been several things on Disney Plus I've liked. Weren't great, but I liked them. You know, but they've dropped a lot, man. They've dropped a lot, and I don't know if they're, you know, I hear all these rumors coming out of Disney and stuff that they're making changes, and that was one of the things that Bob Iger said they're going to stop producing so much Marvel content, you know, and let Kevin Feige be able to run everything again, because I think that's your key right there. Is Kevin Feige was basically after Endgame, everything was restructured, and Kevin Feige, while still kind of the linchpin of the Marvel universe, he was stretched too thin, not able to be directly in charge and be there to help produce and write and focus everyone on every project anymore. And also, there used to be a hierarchy at Disney where, you know, Kevin Feige reported directly to the head of Disney, which at one point was Bob Iger, and then they replaced him with Bob Chapek, and Bob Chapek put this fucking, you know, bullshit of men in business suits between him and everybody else, and that's when everything went to shit. So I don't know. We'll see if they fix it all. I hope they do. I still want to enjoy good movies and stuff. So I hope they'll fix it. But I guess we'll see. I guess we will just have to wait and see.
Sorry I'm late, gay, and lame.
That's true. And you're a chick now.
And I'm a chick now.
Yeah. You're a chick and you're gay and lame. But speaking of Marvel definitely not oversaturating the market with their bullshit, we did get a new trailer for Echo. Echo. That's right. The character most people didn't even know was a Marvel character is getting her own show. She is a Marvel character. She has been in the comics. Okay? But she's a character that I don't think anybody was asking to get a TV show from.
Nope.
I don't think anybody cares about an Echo TV show, and they decided to drop an Echo. Does anybody, by the way, anybody in here know who the hell, anybody remember who Echo is?
Yes.
Not a clue.
Yes.
Okay. She was in the Hawkeye TV series that came out 2 years ago on Disney Plus. She's the deaf chick. Okay? That's Echo. Now, she is a character from the comics. She's a character that's not particularly a big deal in the comics, but she is from the comics. Now, that being said, I don't think anybody cares about her. I certainly don't think anybody cares about her getting her own show on Disney Plus.
Who now? Echo?
Yeah, Echo. Now, that being said, I will give full credit. The trailer was great. It was a good trailer. I just don't think anybody gives a crap about this character. I think the only reason that people will watch this show is because, at least according to the trailer, Kingpin's in it a lot. Kingpin is a main character is going to be a main character in the show, and I think Vincent D'Onofrio as Kingpin fucking great. And I think people may watch it because of him, because he's in it. I don't think anybody gives a rat's ass about Echo.
The dolphin.
So I don't know what the fuck they're doing.
You remember that video game, Echo the Dolphin?
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about. There's a dolphin in the MCU that just goes around the ocean and attacks other fish or some shit. I don't know. And Kingpin's in there, and Kingpin kind of rides it the way Aquaman does. It's exactly what we're talking about.
The only time Echo was ever really a thing, back when they launched New Avengers, when Ronan first showed up, there's like speculation, who is Ronan? It's like it's clearly a male character. And everybody's speculating it's going to be Hawkeye, which, like it was in the MCU, it ended up being Hawkeye. But for stupid Marvel Comics back then, they did this twist, takes the mask off, and it's Echo, a woman. And you know it's been drawn as a man the entire time. Big, jacked, muscle-bound guy. And that's the only time Echo really got any big push in the comics, and that was early 2000s, I think, maybe.
And that's the thing, right? Like nobody cared. I'm not saying it's a bad character. Okay, she was fine in the Hawkeye show. I didn't have a problem with her being in it, but she wasn't the main character or anything. I just don't think anybody cares enough about a freaking MCU series with her as the star, which again is why I think, whether it's true or not, won't know until you watch the show. But I think that's exactly why they had Vincent D'Onofrio's Kingpin basically have just as much screen time in that trailer as she does. Because they know nobody's going to watch a show about this chick that nobody knows who she is unless you watch the Hawkeye show. And even those people are like, she was like the fifth main character in that show. Why is she getting her own series? Again, it was a great trailer. Very heavily action-packed trailer. Like some good brutal action. I love the opening scene in the trailer where the dude treats her like shit and then Kingpin just goes and beats the fuck out of him. Like it was great. It was a great trailer. You just see Wilson Fix just drag a dude into the alley and just pummel the fuck out of him. It was a good trailer. Very effective. I just don't know that anybody gives a flying fuck about Echo. I don't think anyone does. We'll see. It may be a great show. I don't need a show to be about all these main characters. You can certainly take a secondary character or whatever, a background character, and if you have good writing and good acting and a great storyline, you can certainly make a good show out of it. It may be a great show. But it's a show nobody was asking for because nobody gives a fuck about Echo.
I just don't know how they're going to do the dialogue with a dolphin.
It's lots of so
There'll be subtitles.
yeah, they can just do subtitles, or they'll just do like they did in one of the greatest World War II movies of all time, Valkyrie with Tom Cruise, and just it'll be dolphin speak, and then about 2 minutes in, it'll just slowly transform into English, and then we'll just know as the audience.
Like the 13th Warrior did that too.
We're just hearing it as English, but really it's lots of squeaks and shit. Sounds like my dog playing with one of his toys with a squeaky thing in it. But anyway, yeah, it was a good trailer. I just don't think anybody gives a flying fuck about this show. And I think I'm right. We'll see. But I don't know. Dom's vibrating bicep in the chat says, and now we have the Meg in the MCU. You know that's getting a third movie? You know the Meg's getting a third movie. It's in production right now. I couldn't even sit through the second one. Could not even get through it. It was
you
bad.
have to complete the trilogy.
Dude,
And
the first one was bad.
No, the first one was good bad. The first one was like, okay, this is a stupid giant shark movie, and somehow Jason Statham has worked in fucking martial arts, and so I'm like, all right, cool. The second one, dude, I got 20 minutes in that movie, and it's like, I can't do it. I can't fucking do it. This movie's so bad. It's so much worse than the first one. It wasn't even good bad. It was just bad. But good for him, by the way. He got paid $25 million by China to make that fucking movie for them. So I say he should continue to make these movies. It apparently made a ton of money. Even the second shitty one made a ton of money worldwide. Even though it sucks, and I don't think it made jack shit here in the United States. It made a ton of money, and it certainly made Jason Statham the biggest paycheck he's ever gotten in his fucking life. So good for him. Yeah. I mean, seriously, like, good for him. I'm glad he's making money off the Chinese government. Why not?
Do you think that's why a lot of the movies and stories that we get these days kind of suck?
100%.
Because like they're like, oh, they have to be for audiences all across the world.
Yes.
They have to be like easily understood, whether you're Chinese or Indian or.
Yeah, they've admitted that's why the stories are simpler now. It's easier to translate to other cultures.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They suck.
Yeah, but you know, it's getting the third movie though. So good for him, Jason Statham. Go make your money while you can. I guess. I'm not gonna watch it. If the second movie is anything to judge it by, like I wanted to watch the second movie because I liked the first one. No, we'll move on from that. I'm not doing no more giant shark movies after that shit.
Well, they could do them very easily. Make a good shark movie, right? It wouldn't be. I mean, they did it in the 70s. They did fucking Jaws and Jaws 2 and. Like, even, like, Jaws, like, fucking, what's his name? Justin saying out there. Jaws 3 was better than fucking The Meg. Jesus, man.
Jaws 4.
No, I would totally disagree with that. I think The Meg was way better than Jaws 3.
Jaws 3D was the one with Dennis Quaid that took place at the water park, wasn't it?
I agree with whoever said cocaine shark. That's awesome.
Yep, cocaine shark.
The cocaine Meg.
That would be more entertaining. Although I'm gonna be honest, that movie Cocaine Bear wasn't that great. I went and watched that movie thinking, "Oh, cool, all right," because it had good trailers.
No, but it came out in a time where every movie in the theater was just shit, and people were just starting to go back into the theaters after the whole COVID thing. So I think that's why that one kind of blew up a little bit more.
Wasn't that based on a real story?
Plus, it's one of Ray Liotta's last movies.
And it was a story out of Colorado where someone airdropped some marijuana and a bear got into it. But marijuana bear doesn't sound as good as cocaine bear.
No, it really was cocaine.
No, it was cocaine, and it was in like South Carolina.
But the bear did not go on a quick killing spree. When the bear was found, it was already dead because it OD'd on coke.
Yeah, it didn't. Yeah, they just found a dead bear who ate a bunch of cocaine.
Well, that should happen in Colorado with weed too, apparently, because that is a true story.
Oh, okay.
Where some people, a bear got into a bunch of weed and fucking went crazy.
A bear went crazy on weed? What kind of weed are you growing up there?
Sticky icky.
Jesus Christ. Anyway. Yeah. Lead Lace in the chat's like, Cocaine Bear put all the best scenes in the trailer. Yeah, they did. It wasn't a good movie. Like, I'll be honest. I watched it and I was like, okay. But like in the end, like I can't even say that I was like thoroughly entertained by that movie. It was just like I watched it because it was Cocaine Bear and everybody was talking about it. But like, it's a very forgettable movie. But whatever.
And you and I have to disagree on that one because I think it's one of those dumb, fun movies to watch.
I get it. That's fine. I won't deny anybody their dumb, fun movies. I mean, I like fucking the Sharknado movies, and those movies are awful, but I like them. So that's fine. I really
agree. It's a good movie, but it's one of those dumb, fun. Just put it on, turn off the brain, and just go with it.
Well, that's why I like the first Meg movie.
Yeah.
The second one just didn't have any of the fun. It was just dumb.
And Battleship.
They forgot the fun. They forgot to add the fun. I think they didn't have any money for fun because they paid Jason Statham $25 million fucking dollars.
Well, to be fair, Matt, in a couple of years that's going to be like $50. So
it is, but it's not right now. Like, holy shit! Like, dude, Tom Cruise doesn't make $25 million a movie. unless he completely fucking directs and produces it, which of course is what he does with all the Mission Impossible movies. But if he doesn't even, dude made $25 million for a movie. You understand how much money that is, even for a Hollywood actor? Like, nobody makes that much money for a movie. Robert Downey Jr. didn't make that much money for Iron Man. Like, that's a ton of fucking money for Jason Statham. Like, this is a lot of fucking money. Good for him, like I said. Like, I would have done the same if China had come to me and been like, we want you to make a horrible fucking movie for us. It'll take you about 6 months. Will you do it? No. We'll pay you $25 million. Fuck yes. Absolutely. Do I have to be naked? Do I have to oil up? What do you need me to do? I will do it. Like, holy shit.
I thought Robert Downey Jr. made like $50 million a fucking movie.
That's because he got the he took the what do you call it? Where you don't take the pay up front.
Royalties?
After
residuals and back ends.
Yeah, royalties and stuff.
Yeah.
He did after the first movie. He took royalties and stuff like that.
Yeah,
which is why he made so much money. He would not have made that much money. I think in the second movie they offered to pay him about $8 million for the second movie, and he was like, "No, I'll take the back end."
Yep.
So he could have made $8 million for Iron Man 2, which, by the way, made a fuck ton of money. I know a lot of people don't like that movie or whatever, but like it made a fuck ton of money.
I actually like it better than the third one.
I like the third one better. The 2 is my least favorite. In that, I like them all, but 2 is the one I like the least. I love the third movie. A lot of people hate that movie. I don't give a shit. I love the third movie. I will die defending that movie. It's not as good as the first one or anything like that, but like I like it. It's a genuinely fun movie for me. It's very 80s. It's very 80s.
The third movie sucked.
No, you're wrong, but okay. And it made more money than the other two, but okay.
You'll die defending it.
Where are we at? I don't even know what the fuck we're talking about anymore, people. I really don't. I don't have a clue
Well,
where
we
we're
got
at.
past the Meg 2. So.
Well, we got past Meg 2. Oh, there was a couple of cool trailers that came out this weekend. One, this week, whatever. I don't know. They just drop shit randomly whenever. We did get Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. That trailer dropped. So the franchise that I thought was dead, that I love, by the way, I love those Planet of the Apes movies that came out a few years ago. We got those 3 movies. We got Rise of the Planet of the Apes. I don't remember the names of the other 2. I remember Rise of the Planet of the Apes. I don't remember the other 2. But there are 3 great movies. It's a great trilogy.
And Dawn of the Planet of the Apes and
underrated trilogy, by the way. So, but they're doing a 4th one that comes out on Memorial Day.
So it's going to be without Caesar, though, right?
Yeah, because this takes place years and years later. The world's very different. Apes rule the world. Man is now, savage. And there's a new character, which wasn't named in the trailer, but you can tell there's a new, quote-unquote, hero character. The trailer was great. Beautiful. Trailer looked beautiful. The special effects look amazing. Really good. Really damn good. It looked like if James Cameron had made a Planet of the Apes movie instead of making Avatar, which, considering the Planet of the Apes movies are all better than Avatar, he probably should have done that. But by the way, what the fuck happened to Avatar 2? That movie didn't even come out a year ago, and nobody gives a fuck about it anymore. The first Avatar people have been talking about for 15 fucking years. Why, I don't know, because that movie ain't good, but whatever. This second one came out, which, by the way, I watched, and as much as I don't like the first one, the second one is way better. And seemingly after it was out for a month, nobody gave a flying fuck about that movie anymore. Like,
well,
people just
okay, why was Avatar a big deal? Why was it a big deal?
Because of the visuals.
Because it was done in 3D in a new style of 3D that hadn't been done before. People were like, infatuated or whatever with it at the time, much like The Matrix. When The Matrix came out, it was the first time that anyone had done like the slow down scenes where, you know, like the Matrix things that like they do in fucking Shrek now, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, except
So
Matrix was
it was
good.
the first of its kind. And then the other thing is it developed because of that a cult following, right? Like it became like an instant cult classic movie. There were people who killed themselves because they couldn't become an avatar. So like there was kind of a I don't know what you would call it, a thing going on around the movie when it came out.
Are you guys talking about the new?
It was not recaptured when they did the second one.
No.
Are you talking about the new trailer for Echo?
No, we already talked about that.
I can't wait for that one to come out. So glad that's a new character.
Yeah. No, and the thing, and I said this when I finally watched Avatar 2, because I was like, well, I'll fucking watch it. I thought it was much better than the first one. Like, I thought it was actually a good story and not just a remake of fucking Fern Gully. Like, I thought the second one, I'm not a super Avatar fan, so, you know, I didn't like think it was the greatest movie in the world or anything, but I actually enjoyed the second movie. The first one, I don't watch it. I've watched it maybe all the way through twice in my life. And the second time was only because Honda, you fucking forced me to be like, you should watch it again. It's a really good movie. And so I did. But I will say the second one is way better than the fucking first one. And nobody gives a fuck about it. Like, nobody gives a flying fuck. Like, it was the talk of the town for about 4 weeks while it was at the movie theaters. And then people just fucking forgot it existed. So... all right, whatever, man. And I guess he's still planning on doing all these sequels, right?
What animal gets plugged into in the sequel?
They're fish in the sequel.
Nice. You plug into
They plug into some fucking fish or winged fish, fucking bird, fish, people, creature things. I don't fucking know.
God damn
it's winged fish that fly and go in the water. So they're not amphibious. What is air and water? I know ground and water is amphibian. What's air and water?
the Marines.
It's the Marines. They're fucking Marines. Oh shit! It's like the Navy.
A bunch of crayons.
Anyway, see, Duke needs to be here when I throw in a joke like that. But anyway,
he's too busy sniffing the crayons.
He is. He crushes them up and he makes stew out of them.
It's true.
Yeah. But anyway, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes trailer came out. It was a good trailer. I enjoyed it quite immensely. But I will tell you, the surprise of the week came from a trailer for a movie that I didn't even know was coming. And I got such a damn kick out of this trailer that I am so excited for when this movie comes out.
I think it's the one you sent me, isn't it?
It's the one I sent you. Like, I didn't even know this was going to be a movie.
I heard about it before.
I had not even heard about it. And all of a sudden on Thursday, I guess, this trailer drops. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? And I watch this trailer, and I can't get the smile off my fucking face the whole damn trailer. I hope the movie is as good as the trailer. And that is, they are doing a Fall Guy movie. Like,
really?
Fall Guy from the 80s. The Fall Guy is getting a movie.
Who's the girl?
I don't know. This seems like an origin story movie, like how he got into being a bounty hunter. Because in the trailer, clearly he's just a stuntman who then at some point gets sent to go do something, and he's like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I'm just a stunt guy. But then the movie spins off into this whole other thing where he has to go like track somebody down, even though that's not what he does. So I think this is the origin story of, what was his name in the show? Colt
Seavers.
Colt Seavers. There you go. Yeah. So this is like the origin story of how Colt Seavers became a bounty hunter or something.
I knew they were doing the modern version of the Fall Guy truck, which is in the trailer. But again, the trailer, the square body's in it.
Yeah, he's got the square body in the beginning, which as soon as I saw that, I was like, oh, fuck yes.
I was so glad they wrecked the new truck and they didn't wreck the square body.
I know, yeah. They totaled the new truck. But
I used to
yeah,
love that
dude,
show.
the trailer was fucking great. At least for me, I grew up on Fall Guy, and
Same here.
Well, then who's Fall Guy? Who's the main guy?
it's Colt Seavers.
No, I mean, who's the actor?
Oh, it's
Ryan Gosling.
Oh.
Right. Oh, I thought you were asking about the original actor. Was Bionic Man? Why am I blanking on his name?
Lee Majors.
Lee Majors. Thank you. Yeah, but Ryan Gosling is playing him in the movie. It does have Emily Blunt in there as like a director and I guess his love interest or whatever, but it's not the chick from the show.
Joey Banks, Heather Thomas.
Yeah, it's not Heather Thomas, and it's not. I don't think it's supposed to be that character.
Yeah.
She's like a movie producer in this.
Yeah.
And his ex-girlfriend.
Anyway, the trailer was fucking awesome. Like, it looked good. They may have done what they do many times, which is put all the good shit in the trailer. And the movie may suck. I don't know. But damned if I wasn't pumped for seeing this fucking movie now.
I want to see it.
What about the song? Did they do the
no song yet?
No song. The trailer was done to Bon Jovi, like a cut up, edited version of Bon Jovi, but it worked totally for the trailer.
Because that a big chunk of that show was the intro. People go around singing it.
Mm-hmm.
Will Ryan Gosling sing it though?
So are they going to 80s this movie
dude,
out?
You know the song's going to be in the movie somehow.
It's got to be in the movie.
I hope so. Well, Lee Majors is dead, huh?
No, he's not.
No, he's not.
Oh, so do you think he'll be in it?
I'm assuming he's going to have a cameo.
Right.
He's got to have a cameo.
They don't do movies like this without throwing a cameo in there.
Yeah. Do you think they ask him like, "Hey, is it cool?" or he has no say in it? When they
he probably has no say, but I'm sure in a situation like that, just like even when they did the Baywatch movie a while back, and when they do these types of things, they always go and like get the blessing of the people from the movie and offer them cameos in it and shit like that.
I mean, I just guess, and there's got to be times when actors are like, "Oh no, I hate that role, and I don't ever want to see it."
Probably. I mean, I'm sure there is, but
I don't think.
I'm surprised they got Harrison Ford come back for whatever that shit show. First one was the sequels.
Oh yeah.
He only agreed to come back to make sure to kill off Han.
And the Baywatch movie, that was the one with The Rock, right?
Yeah.
This one with Rock.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, I
like that one.
Dude, I'm right there with you. I really like that movie. It's so fucking dumb.
I've never seen Baywatch, so I watched that movie and I was like, it's an all right movie. Like, I don't have any idea.
I don't know that I've ever seen a whole episode of Baywatch. I might have when I was young. I don't know, but it's not a show I ever watched. Like, I may have seen an episode or something here and there.
The most I've ever seen is when another show was making fun of Baywatch and they'd play it.
I've seen the opening intro with the heaving breasts more times than I can count. But like, I never cared about the show. I
did. I watched it for the women.
I'd never watched the show, but I do love that fucking movie. Like, it's not a good movie, but it's a fun movie. Like, it's an entertaining movie. So I like that movie. And that movie fucking bombed at the movies.
It's like a Saturday afternoon movie.
Yeah. They trashed that movie, which I think unfairly, because I think for what it was trying to do, which is be a tongue-in-cheek spoof on let's be honest, a stupid show, I think it was very effective for what it was. I like the movie, man. So if the Fall Guy can at least do that, I'm gonna be happy. So I'll be down with it if it can at least do that. But yeah, I saw that trailer, like, as much, and I love that last Planet of the Apes trilogy, but like, that doesn't hold a candle to my excitement after watching that stupid fucking Fall Guy trailer. I got way too excited for that.
Well, we only watched the Planet of the Apes movie like once in a while, and by the time VCRs came out, nobody was rewatching Planet of the Apes that I know of, at least. Well, Fall Guy was on every Friday or whatever, every Thursday or whatever show time it was on.
Well, I mean, I was that geek that rewatched the Planet of the Apes movies over and over again as a kid in the 80s.
Oh, okay.
I remember Planet of the Apes used to come on like at all the time on like Saturdays.
Oh yeah, dude, they were the Saturday afternoon movies. Yeah, they would come on all the time.
Yeah,
So I
like
just had-
TNT, TBS, the USA Network.
Yeah, and then they would do like once in a while TNT or TBS would do like a marathon of them on a Saturday and do all the Planet of the Apes movies in a row.
Yeah.
And I would fucking sit there and watch that shit.
But that was
I
back
just
in the
had,
days of marathons.
Chat GPT come up with a a list of the top 10 best worst movies ever. Are you
Is it
ready?
good? Is it good?
I mean, I've recognized a couple of them, not all of them. Number 10, The Wicker Man, 2006, Nicolas Cage.
I watched it once. It's awful. I would
think
never
that's-
watch that movie again. That is not a good, bad movie. That's just a bad movie.
Just a bad movie. Number 9, Plan 9, 2015, an homage to Ed Wood's Plan 9 from Outer Space.
It's not good.
I don't know that I've seen the Ed Wood movie. I've never seen.
You got to really want to watch that. It's not good. It's
Okay.
It's not like
Yeah, I've seen the Ed Wood movie that Tim Burton put out, late 90s, early 2000s, and I've seen the original Plan 9 from Outer Space. I've never seen a 2015 version.
All right, number 8, 1987, Miami Connection, a martial arts film celebrated for its cheesy music and action sequences.
I think Red Letter Media did that one of the best of the worst one time.
Yes.
I do not recognize that movie by the title, so I don't know.
What's
It was a horrible movie, but fun to watch.
What's it called again?
Miami Connections.
Yeah, it's
Or
cheesy
connection.
to the 10th
There's
power.
no S. I made up the S.
It's cheesy to the 10th power, but it's fun to watch just because of how cheesy it is.
Number 7, 1991, Samurai Cop.
I've seen that one. That's
I've seen that one.
That's also
what you
been
call
Red
it? What's the
Letter-
name of that studio that did all the Toxic Avenger movies?
Oh, okay.
Trauma.
Trauma. Yeah, that's a Trauma movie. I've seen a bunch of the Trauma movies.
I don't
Yeah,
like
that's a good entertaining movie. It's ridiculous,
I
but
think
that's
Chat
awesome.
GPT is just pulling out from like Red Letter Media's like best of worst.
It might. That's how it works.
So far, these are all on the private movie theater too.
All right, number 6. I've never heard of this one. Santa Claus Conquers the Martians.
Never heard of it.
1964.
Never heard of this movie ever in my life.
Next one, Manos, The Hands of Fate, 1966.
I have heard of this movie, but I've never seen it. It's one that makes a lot of people's lists of like good bad movies.
Often cited as one of the worst films ever made.
Yeah, I've heard of it, but I've never watched it.
Number 4 is Troll 2. I don't think I saw
Troll
Troll
2.
1.
I have never seen this movie,
1990.
and I'm a big fan of the first Troll. If you've never seen that movie, Troll, it came out in 86, 87, something like that. Legitimately, I really like that movie. I've heard of the second
Troll
one.
2.
I've heard how bad it is, but I have never ever in my life
Also
watched.
been featured on Best of the Worst.
All right, number 3, Birdemic, Shock and Terror, 2010.
This was one of those sci-fi movies of the week. I've heard of it, never seen it.
All right. Number 2, Plan 9 from Outer Space. So that's not
course,
the one
yeah.
that's a parody of it, but the actual one.
Yeah, the actual one, of course, seen that.
Number 1, the number 1 best worst movie of all time.
Uh-huh.
The Room.
Come on.
Ah, come on.
No.
Yeah.
That is, they only put that on lists because for some reason it gained some cult status and people started watching it at movie theaters and shit like they do Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Kind of.
It's not a good movie. Like I've watched it once and I will never watch it again. It's horrible.
Dude, someone made a video
not
game out of
entertaining.
it. They made a video game where you have to I don't know, get the flowers and go on the roof and talk to Mark and
Well, and it's just bad. It's not a good movie. Like it's not entertaining at all. I don't understand why people watch it over and over again.
It's not even bad.
Now that being said, I do like the movie they made about making that movie. Remember that one?
Yeah.
What was the name of that? What was the name of that movie? I can't remember the name of it, but it came out in
Just called The Room.
2017 or something like that, and it was
It wasn't just called The Room.
James Franco played the guy who made the movie. And I can't remember what the name of that fucking thing is called, but it's like that movie's good, but it's like a more serious take on
The
it.
Disaster Artist.
Disaster Artist. That's a good movie. I like that one. But
what is that supposed to be a play on?
The what?
Disaster Artist. What am I missing? What is that supposed to be a play
Because the
on?
movie is a disaster.
Oh.
And it's about the making of that movie.
And he's an artist.
Or he thinks he is anyway.
Artist.
An
Greatest
artiste.
artist.
But yeah, what was I saying? I don't even remember anymore. Doesn't matter. Justin out there in the chat says Jason Goes to Hell is the worst of the Friday the 13th franchise. That one's a bad one. Although
God, that thing is awful.
Takes Manhattan
Yeah.
was pretty bad too.
which one?
Takes Manhattan.
Takes Manhattan is bad. I unapologetically love Jason X, where he goes into space.
I do too.
I like that movie a lot. It's again, it's a bad movie.
Well,
but
That's not a good movie.
It's not a good movie, but I don't know if I like it. For the fact, a lot of people from Andromeda's in it.
Mm-hmm. Yep. But it's entertaining, whether it's good or
I
not.
like the stupid thing making him a zombie cyborg.
Yeah, it was like a natural progression for Jason. I like that. I like that they did that. So there's a lot of good bad movies out there. I love a bad good movie, good bad movie, whatever the fuck it is.
So the private movie theater just put Return, or is it Return of the Attack of the Killer Tomatoes, or whatever, the second Killer Tomatoes movie?
Yeah,
I watched that. I haven't watched that in forever, but it was pretty darn good for what you're talking about.
I probably haven't watched those movies since I was a kid. I used to watch all the Attack of the Killer Tomato movie. Well, I say all of them, but and then there was that. I don't know if anybody remembers that cartoon. Does anybody remember the cartoon Attack of the Killer?
That's the one that I remember the most.
Yeah, the cartoon, dude. They even had toys.
They had like killer tomatoes that were their friends.
Yeah, they had like the good killer tomatoes and the bad.
Right.
Yeah, it was a great show. I love
Is
that.
the same as Toxic Avenger? Is that all the same place?
No, Attack of the Killer Tomatoes was before Troma was even a movie studio.
Oh, okay.
So I also remember the Toxic Avenger cartoon as well. I like that cartoon too. And Playmates made some really good toys with that worked perfectly with Ninja Turtles.
So they actually used some Ninja Turtle molds for.
Yeah, I love those things.
With those
I liked old school Playmates toys from back in the late 80s and early 90s. They did a great job, whether it was Ninja Turtles or Toxic Avengers or even their Star Trek stuff. We were just talking about that on the chat last night. Their Star Trek stuff was awesome back in the day. So,
do you have any Ninja Turtles behind you?
Up there. That shelf right there is Ninja Turtles. I redid my shelves over here. So, today, actually. So just these three shelves. I had to redo them there today. Why? Because I wanted to add something to those shelves, which if you're looking at it behind me, you should know what I added to these shelves right here, these two.
Well, could you make your video smaller so we could
I added some class to my G.I. Joe shelves.
We can't see.
You put something expensive on the shelves.
I see them.
So
I won't name them because of YouTube.
Pick those up and show us.
No, I will
Weird.
not. But I figured they were appropriate for G.I. Joe shelves. So
Yes.
I added them to the shelves over here today. So I was doing that today while I was doing other shit.
Full screen. If you're going to allude to something behind you, go full screen.
They were in that video I posted today. I did that Chat GPT video today.
You make videos?
I do on occasion make videos.
Okay.
The Chat GPT video was actually a lot of fun.
I watched that one. You did all right. I thought you were just going to rag on it, but yeah, it came up pretty decent, except for the.
Why is my screen so blurry? Because I've got it pulled up over here on YouTube.
Just when you move, it clears up when you're not moving.
It's like really fucking blurry
on
YouTube. I keep wanting to like upgrade, but I don't want to pay the money to upgrade to do full 1080.
You mean for internet?
No. I mean, for StreamYard, I have fantastic internet.
How much is it to go to more StreamYard?
It's like $50 a month.
Yeah, you're really getting that much benefits. You can add more people.
Well, you can add it to more streams, right? You can
add it to more streams, and I would like the better video quality. But like, it's double the price. I already paid $25 a month.
$25 is already a lot. Yeah.
You know, $25 should be more than enough to have 1080p. It's ridiculous.
You're right, Eduardo. I do need a TMNT label. I don't have this shelf is not labeled properly. I need a TMNT label. I need a couple of GI Joe. Actually, I need a GI Joe label and a Cobra label because I got a GI Joe shelf and a Cobra shelf. So,
dude, next level with that
fix that
would be every shelf that has like if it's like a GI Joe shelf, make it into like a diorama.
I would love to, but I don't have room for that. Dioramas take up a lot of space.
What about like a photograph?
They're very cool, but they do take up a lot.
I have thought about that. Is just printing up some photo backgrounds for some of them
that looks like a diorama, right? And then you just put a piece of paper back there
because that would be easy to do. You know what I mean?
Or do they make that like on cardboard material or anything? Nobody.
Oh no, I would just print them off. I could do that.
Yeah.
Do kids know what dioramas are still?
Yeah, of course they do.
Those are really popular.
Yeah, Hasbro is now making dioramas just for kids. We had a big.
What is this? By the way, what is this I hear about you and Yankee discussing the topics of my video the other day on your chat?
I mean, your video. So we were sitting there minding our business.
Bullshit.
Center show, and then somebody brought up Hasbro, and we both passionately agree that Hasbro is definitely only making toys for children.
So you're both wrong, is what you're saying.
Toys for adults is a fad, and it's over, and they're going to go back to making.
What the fuck? Curious. How the fuck did my video come up in Yankee's chat?
No, I didn't. I just told everybody since you weren't there to like go in Matt's chat and tell them that Hasbro is making toys for kids.
Okay, that's what I was.
It was hilarious.
Which, by the way, I would have been there had Yankee sent me a link on time.
No, I know. I'm just waiting because I haven't been in there for like 7 weeks. So I was like, if he does it this week, I'm going to be here because I'm not driving around today. And he sent it out like 3 minutes after he started or whatever.
Yeah, which so he starts his chats at like 8:00 my time. If I haven't gotten a link from him by 7:30, I'm like, well, I guess he's not doing the show tonight. The shooting left of center show. So I stopped checking my emails after that. So I didn't even know he sent me the freaking thing late. But anyway. Yeah. Anyway, but I don't know what the hell we're talking about.
They are totally targeting adult collectors right now.
Well, they have to. I don't think they have a choice. They can't target kids. Not with action figures. They can't target children. Children don't buy action figures anymore.
Yep.
They just don't. And if they
think that there's more people
kids,
our age,
they would not
children.
Huh?
Do you think there's more people like consumers, let's say, who are our age, or our children?
You mean
in our country?
For what? For like this stuff?
For everything. Like, do you think that there's more people? Do you think there's more people who are our age, or like who are adults, like young adults, to like middle-aged adults like us, or compared to like the number of like, I don't know, 6 to 12-year-olds or whatever, whatever fucking category you want to put children in.
Yeah, no, I mean, obviously the adults are the ones that have the money, but even stuff like this, that's what I made a video about the other day. Stuff like this is geared towards adults because children don't have an interest in toys anymore. That coveted 6 to 12-year-old age range that used to be back in the 80s and 90s and even going into the early 2000s, that used to be the pinnacle of whole marketing companies were devoted to targeting children because children wanted these products. Children do not want these products anymore. They want to play Roblox and Minecraft and PS5 and Xbox, and they want to play on their tablets and their fucking phones and their laptops. They don't give a shit about this. And if toy companies kept targeting kids, they'd go out of business. And Eduardo in the chat's right. That's why Toys R Us folded. Because there was not enough children giving a crap about toys after about 2007.
Well, I think Toys R Us
didn't target adults with this type of stuff, which is what they're doing. They would just not make this type of stuff anymore, or they would go out of business.
Well, it's funny, like
there's
toys...
actually the big reason for Toys R Us going under was an asshole bought the company and borrowed against the company and bankrupted it. he used it as a money fund.
Think about this though, like kids today, they get on their tablet, they get on their video game, they watch the YouTube video about the kid playing the video game rather than even playing it themselves sometimes, right? And it requires no imagination. It's like eye hand coordination and stuff like that, sure, right? Like visual acuity, sure. But when it comes to like imagination and like, hey, let's come up with our own storyline and play a game that we invented ourselves with these toys and like put them into an imaginary world that, you know, like you can vividly see when you're a child and when you're like a kid growing up.
Yeah.
They don't have that. It's been taken from them.
Well, because they don't need it. Because if this shit was available to us when we were kids, we'd be doing the same thing. I'd be playing.
And it would have been taken from us too. That imagination that children have.
Yeah,
we seen a movie once, and then we had the toys to recreate it. They can watch the movie at their fingertips whenever they feel like watching a movie. They just watch.
Like,
and they literally have people creating. You know, again, go into Minecraft or Roblox, the two of the biggest games in the world right now for children age 6 to 12.
Yeah.
Okay. There are people in there recreating whole movie universes where you can go and play around and run around an entire Minecraft version of whatever the fuck you want, a Harry Potter world or whatever the shit it is, right? Like, they don't need to create their own worlds because all that shit's for them. Now, I'm not saying that's good for them. I don't think it is. I think it's bad for them not to use their imagination.
Yes.
But if all this shit happened when we were children, we would have done the exact same thing. If Roblox and the internet and tablets and all this shit was available in the 80s when we were kids, we would have done the exact same thing. We wouldn't have given a shit about
my point was that it's terrible for their brains. Because, like, the brain is like a muscle, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And if you don't sit there flexing it all the time, and it's like when you're like playing in a field, like you're getting exercise, you don't know that you're not like doing it to get exercise, but your body gets it. It's the same thing when you're using your imagination when you're a kid.
Yep.
It's like you're flexing that muscle, and if you're not able to flex that muscle when you're a kid, then it goes into atrophy when you're an adult, and you're just one of these NPCs. And I don't mean to turn it into that chat, but yeah.
Yeah, no, but you're absolutely right. No, absolutely.
Running in the field gives you coordination and muscles, and like more than just getting out there, but you're like learning, like, oh, there's mud, and you know, I can run across the field now, but not 2 months from now. You learn so much about nature and just the world, right? When you're sitting in a room that's climate controlled and everything's the same and the same Cheetos every week, like you don't know that the world, has seasons and goes on.
A lot of this young generation even get driver's license.
Oh yeah,
they don't want to.
Yeah, they don't want to. They don't have the same drives to do the same things we did because their options are completely different than ours are. And they have the options, they have options that had we had those available, we would have done the exact same thing they did.
Well, here's the thing:
if I had Disney Plus as a kid, I would have never been outside.
No shit. If you had Disney Plus and tablets and phones and laptops and Roblox and a PS4 or PS5 and all this shit at your house,
all right,
and you could talk to all your friends on your headset while playing Roblox, like you wouldn't leave the fucking house.
We did, though. We had TV and we had movies, and our grandparents would have said, you're not reading books and you're not going out and doing stuff like Tom Sawyer. Like they were saying the same shit about our generation, that we were soft and we'd watch cartoons every morning. Like we'd get up and eat sugar cereal and watch cartoons. Our parents didn't do that.
I had ATVs. I rode those and played. I had an Intellivision, a Nintendo, and a Sega Genesis.
So think about this, right? Like, yes, you're right. Our parents were like, you need to go outside. You play too much video games. And we'd sit there for like an hour and a half playing video games. We're like, oh my God, you're still playing this stupid video game? Go outside. Like, imagine them looking at the children today.
Oh, dude, we had to turn on a TV and sit there. So, like, you could only play a video game if there was a TV available and you could sit there. Now you can play a video game, like, constantly because it's in your phone.
When I was little, I would take a string and tie it to my Tonka trucks or diecast trucks and pull them around because I didn't have RC vehicles.
Well, we used to go around on our bicycles with BB guns and, like grab like pop cans and shoot BB guns in like open fields where it wouldn't hurt anybody, and no one would call cops and no one would freak out. And no one lost an eye. Well, one dude lost an eye, but you know.
Oh, you got a super chat.
Dude. It was just one dude. Calm down. Don't get all freaky. Oh, we got a super chat. Justin out there in the chat says, when you get a chance, check out the new Killer Assault packs from Gridiron Studios. They go well with your G.I. Joe classifieds. I saw those. Somebody posted a video on that just yesterday or the day before. Somebody I'm subscribed to. I don't remember. And they look pretty sweet. I didn't catch the price on them, though. What are those assault packs going for? I know I've looked at them before. But I don't remember what
they look really good, but they are a little pricey for 3D printed stuff, but they are nice. He is taking the time to model and print them and stuff, but they can be.
I will say, however, when I look at some of the stuff out there, some of the quote unquote assault packs and things, and then I look at like the kind of the kind of stuff you can get on like freaking Temu and AliExpress, and I'm like, why would I spend that much money on that stuff?
Yeah.
So for the level of quality that you're getting, I don't know, but Dom out there in the chat says, and that's how we get President Camacho and Gatorade in fountains. But does it have electrolytes? Yes, that's true. Oh God. Speaking of
it's what the body craves.
Idiocracy. Oh Lord. How close are we to that nowadays when it comes to what we're talking about?
Well, it's funny that everyone wears the shoes.
Yeah, I was getting ready to say the same thing. It's like it was so hilarious.
Yeah.
They thought those shoes would never be popular because they're so ugly.
Yeah, that's why they put them in the movie.
Yep.
They put them in the movie because they were like, no, these shoes are so dumb. No one will ever wear these.
I watched that documentary.
I tear myself.
Yeah, how many people have Crocs here?
Oh, I got Crocs. I got some right over there. I got some camo Crocs right over there. I wear the fuck out of those things.
I'm gonna get some Crocs, I think.
They were comfortable as hell. Because I had the ones, like with the fur in the inside of it and stuff.
You get the boots with the fur.
Yeah, all that.
So real quick, just to go to what we were talking about here with the Gridiron Studio stuff. So Justin just said they're $35 a piece for the Gridiron Studio stuff. So I just recently this week I had ordered this on AliExpress or whatever, and it's not the same thing. I get it, but I ordered this dude right here, which is let's do the screen share. So I'm gonna put this up there for Justin. So I ordered this dude right here, which is just a Mezco knockoff of Punisher, right? And his guns are fantastic.
Yeah,
and you get the figure, and you get, in addition to that, I'm see if I can hold this up without knocking everything out. You get a freaking minigun.
Minigun? Oh,
yeah, you get a minigun. You get grenades. You get extra magazines. You get extra suppressors. You also get a rocket launcher, a Glock, a 1911, all kinds of other stuff. You get like 5 or 6 guns, 2 extra heads. So 3 heads total, bunch of extra. He get a duffel bag to put all the stuff in, and it was $32.
Yo, check these out.
So, like, dude, I'm still talking, motherfucker. God damn it. Anyway, what was I saying? Now I'm all thrown off, Honda.
I'm sorry.
The point was, it makes it hard for me to justify buying a weapons pack for $35 when I can get all of this for $32. Was kind of my point. But anyway. Okay, Honda, go ahead.
I'm sorry. I was excited. Look at the shoes I found.
You found wooden Crocs?
Wooden Star Wars Crocs.
Oh,
Look
Star
at
Wars Crocs. Oh, those are Wookiee. Those
are
Wookiee Crocs. I'd look like wood grain. No, those are Wookiee feet. Those are actually pretty cool. I like those.
Are you still mad at me?
Did I say $70?
Yes. Are you still mad at me?
Fucking hell. No.
Jesus.
$70 fucking dollars? That's insane.
Inflation.
Mm-mm.
Starflation.
I don't even pay that much for freaking like real shoes. I wouldn't pay that for Crocs.
I need a new pair of work shoes. You remember how much it cost me last time?
Oh yeah.
That's how long they last.
It's ridiculous. All right. What do we got out there? Justin says, sweet, I got to get one. You totally should, man. Go look up Punisher on AliExpress. $32. Free shipping, too. It did take like 3 weeks or something to get here. This comes from China, but it was pretty cool. China. Oh, for those of us out there that actually liked, which I think is everyone, that liked House of the Dragon, season 2 is coming this next summer. They just announced that. I know we were talking about that when season 1 ended because they were like, we might go on this, and we don't know if we're going to get another season out for a couple of years and all this stuff. And then all these strikes are going on and everything else. Well, it turns out that first of all, the writer's strike show was already written. Had nothing to do with them. And also, all the actors are not a part of SAG because they're all in the British version of whatever SAG is, right? So they've been filming season 2 already for months now, and it's going to be coming out this summer. So if you loved that show the way I did, which I thought
I did,
that's one of my top 3 shows out that exist right now. It's House of the Dragon, For All Mankind, and Yellowstone. My 3 favorite shows that exist that are currently still, even though none of them at the moment are in a current season, but like they're still on the air. Those are my 3 favorite shows. It's fucking awesome, and we're getting it in 2024. I'm very, very happy about that. This makes me very excited. Granted, I got to wait, but still, at least knowing that it's coming back and it didn't get delayed for anything. The other thing that was announced, I've been hearing this rumor for months. Well, they finally officially announced it, and it's actually in production now. And I am nervous, yet at the same time very excited. And that is we are getting a remake of Highlander.
Yes.
Oh no.
Starring Henry Cavill as Duncan MacLeod.
Okay.
And see, doesn't that make you change your mind?
Yes.
Yeah, see?
Here's
the good. Why you got to blow me? God damn it. That's what I was going to say. They got the rights to use all the Queen music because it's going to be the Queen soundtrack, just like the original movie.
I'm sorry.
So we're getting all the original Queen music. We're getting Henry Cavill as Duncan MacLeod. It's officially in production now. I'm excited about this. I love the original movie. I kind of like all of them to an extent. Well, I like the director's cut or whatever the hell they call it of the second one. The theatrical cut was kind of shit on the second one.
Well, there are 3 cuts of the second one.
Yeah, if Henry Cavill has some control over it, that'll be better.
We'll see. I mean, he's
like what they did to him with The Witcher.
Are you a Connor or a Duncan man?
I like Connor better.
Connor MacLeod of the Clan MacLeod.
Connor.
I like Connor.
I
mean, Duncan's great. Don't get me wrong, but Connor is the one. I mean, he's the Neo of that universe.
Well, in the movie
Duncan is
after,
the one now.
Was it Endgame or what's the?
Oh, the one where they fucked up all the continuity.
And they killed Duncan
killed Duncan and killed Connor and made Duncan the last one or some stupid shit. They rewrote not only all the movies up to that point, but also the TV show for some reason. Because the TV show ends with Duncan having fulfilled his mission and like moving on. And like, I mean, like moving on. Like, doesn't he literally step into like a light at the end of the series or some shit?
Oh, I don't remember.
I don't remember how that ended. No, I don't.
He does something.
That's all I remember.
In the end, I just remember in the end, it's revealed that the whole reason he was there was not to fight to be the last man standing. It was to fight this great evil, and that's the evil he fought in the entire last season of the show. And then he had basically completed his reason for existing, and he like moves on into some other plane of existence or some shit.
The evil made him kill Richie too.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I think I'm gonna go back and watch that last episode.
But yeah, so they with in-game, they completely rewrote both of those characters. You know, Connor was supposed to be the last. He's the one that wins. And Duncan was not even technically supposed to be in the contest at all. He was there to do something completely different.
How many people here own a samurai sword because of one or all of these movies?
I used to. I don't anymore. I don't own any swords.
I wanted to, but I never have.
I mean, I own a Bud K Ninja sword. I wouldn't qualify that as a sword.
I wanted a Highlander sword, but everyone they make is a damn 404 stainless, which are crap.
So they're wall hangers, is what they are.
Yeah, I had a wall hanger and I used it for something and I broke it.
I still got my wall hanger.
But it was the actual like like the ivory handle, or it's not ivory, but like like that white handle that's the dragon carving with the jewel eyes in it and shit. And yeah, I had that one, but I broke it.
Cook Brothers had those, and it's like I look at them. So if anybody remembers Cook Brothers,
all right, let's see.
You guys ever play around with Shanais or Bokens before?
Gesundheit.
You know what a Shanai is? Or a Boken?
She's a singer, isn't she?
They're practice swords, right? So it's like Japanese bamboo swords so that you can practice sword fighting without dying, We used to play with those years ago, like me and my friends, just like go hard at it, bro. Like just trying to chop each other and like see who can sword fight the best. It was a lot of fun. You get hurt sometimes, but you know how it is. Bokens are way worse because that's just a solid piece of oak.
All right, we got a super chat here. Dom says, kids will never know pain like dad finding out you're gaming late, kept your system online with a bright-ass light, and him killing your session. I'm sure of course that still happens, right?
Oh, yeah.
That's got to still happen.
That still happens.
Yeah. There's no way that doesn't happen. There's still some dads out there. I would totally do that shit.
God damn it, Butch.
Roll in at fucking 3 a.m. One of my girls is still up on her tablet. Snatch it, turn it off. Sorry, Roblox session ended. Deal with it. Go to bed. You got school in the morning. I would totally do that.
I got to contact the Chosen Prime. I notice my overdrive is missing a piece. That panel on the back of the Ferrari.
Jesus Christ. They just can't get anything right. Fuck them, I mean, seriously, at this point.
Oh, this is not Hasbro. This is third-party thing. And
no, I know. Chosen Prime is ass, just like Hasbro and Mattel, and everything they do sucks, and I hate them. And I should just do nothing but make videos about how much these companies suck all the time.
They're just a seller. They're like Big Bad Toy Store.
No, I'm trying to be like everybody else on YouTube.
Oh, yeah. Brandon's awesome, though. I can't say anything bad about Brandon.
I just pick. It just seems like I'll pick a company and just do nothing but trash them once a week. That's what you should do.
All I know is the more I look around, the more I have this feeling I'm going to go broke.
I'm on their list of YouTubers, so I'm not saying a word about it. And they've always helped me when I had problems, even before.
Lace in the chat says Gen V and the boys will book into each other going forward. Will they? Is that the plan? I don't know. Gen V, like I said, kind of ended. From what I could tell, it kind of ended like it was just going to morph into the boys. Like it didn't really end in a way that made me think they were going to do another season of Gen V. So I don't know. I mean, we'll see. Again, the show, as I said before, was okay, but it's not anywhere near the level of the boys. So I don't really care if they come back and do another season of it. Like if they want to, cool, good for them, I guess. But it's not it's not something I think is necessary because The Boys is a way better show. So, Boob Sweat out in the chat says everything after the original Highlander broke their own rules.
Yes.
Did it? Did 2
100%.
break their own rules? I guess. Well,
Yes.
Yes. Depending on which cut of 2 you watch, they're either aliens or basically from
the past.
Past. Then they can reset the game by sending more people that become immortals. And 3,
they did the same thing by pulling them out of a cave, which made no fucking sense.
Yeah.
What's up, Negroids and Negroids?
They were in a magic cave that protected them from the quickening or whatever.
Yeah, and he claimed the prize prematurely or whatever.
Whatever it was, yeah, I don't remember what the deal was. Oh well, first one's still a fantastic movie. We can have love for that, and I'm okay with that. It'll work.
So when does this shit come out?
I don't know. It's in production right now, so I don't know if it's next year or what.
Probably gotta be.
We'll see how long it takes.
All right, well, I'm looking forward to it. I'm sold.
What y'all talking about?
I don't know. Thinking about it, they could not remake the first
new
Highlander
Highlander
the way they did with Sean Connery. It was a Scotsman playing a Spaniard.
Yes, which by the way, growing up, did not. It just completely went over my head, and I did not care.
Yep.
As an adult, I'm like, that's pretty fucking weird. But growing up watching that movie, I didn't think twice about it. Oh, of course, Sean Connery's playing a Spaniard. Why wouldn't he?
All Europeans are just European.
It's like whatever, man.
Yeah.
People in Spain are mostly white anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
Don't forget, he plays a Spanish kind of Japanese person because
he plays a Spanish Highlander, a Spanish immortal that spent most of his time in the East learning their ways.
Exactly.
He married.
Which there have been European people that they discovered the East even around that time.
Well, if you're an immortal, you had plenty of time.
Yep.
That was his whole point, is he had been around the world and done all these things that no other human being had ever done because he's been alive for so long.
Were there Native American?
Although I feel like Spain wasn't really a thing because he was supposed to be so old that Spain wasn't even a country at that time. So I don't know why he called himself Spanish. So, because he was supposed to be by the time that he meets Connor, Spain was technically a country at that point, but he's supposed to have been hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years old at that point. One of the oldest immortals, and Spain would not have been a country when he was born into that part of the world. So but I don't know why he called himself Spanish, but whatever.
I mean, unless if he was from that area, you could say, oh yeah, that's what it's called now. So
yeah, he was like from fucking Roman times or Greek times or some shit. I don't know, but whatever. Boot Sweat says, I have a custom-made katana. Does it look like the one from Highlander? Because if it doesn't, I feel like that's a missed opportunity. I'm just saying, somebody's made a custom like Highlander sword. Like surely there are custom like nice swords out there, but most of the ones that you can buy are just wall hanging pieces of crap. So I don't know. Old Man Buttrickle says, wonder if they're filming season 2 of Twisted Metal yet. I hope so, because I really like that. Like surprisingly, I've played Twisted Metal before, but it's not something I ever really got into. So I had no like stake in it. But that was a really good show. Did anybody else in here watch Twisted Metal?
I did. I liked it.
Yeah.
Nope.
It was good. It was really good.
I really hope they didn't kill Sweet Tooth.
Oh, I know. I bet you they didn't. I'm sure he's going to come back. He was a great character. They did a great job. Their whole show was good, man. It was a solid show through and through, man. They did a fantastic job.
And
I dug it.
I didn't mind the voiceover for Sweet Tooth either.
Oh, not at all. Because what's his face? I'm blanking
Will
on his
Arnett,
name.
I think his name.
Yeah,
is.
Will Arnett.
The guy who played him is actually a wrestler.
Yeah, that was a great combo there, man. They did a great job with that. Because Will Arnett was a perfect voice for that too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. I don't really have anything else to talk about. Oh, I guess I do. Fear the Walking Dead came back. I know a lot of people don't care. I genuinely don't know if I care about it anymore because Morgan left the show at the mid-season finale. And he was like...
So he's the last guy you was hanging on to?
Well, yeah, because they brought him on the show. When they moved him over from Walking Dead to Fear the Walking Dead, the show got drastically better because of him. They killed off a bunch of the characters from the first 3 seasons and then made the main characters was John Dory and Morgan. And then they killed off John Dory like a season and a half ago, which sucked. And so Morgan was the only like really, really good character left on the show. And then at the end of the mid-season finale a couple months ago, when they did the first 8 episodes, he left the show. He left. He goes off to find Rick. So now they're ending the show without Morgan. So they're doing these last 7 or 8 episodes, and Morgan's not in them. So
why is that?
Well, because they're working him into the. I think they're working him into the Rick and Michonne show that's coming out here sometime soon, whenever the fuck that's coming out. So they took him back off the show and had him go, off to find Rick. Which, like, now I've got to watch the end of Fear the Walking Dead without Morgan, and I'm kind of like, well, shit. And look at the rest. The show did get drastically better in the 4th season, right? And even the characters that did stay on the show who had been on there before got better. So it's not like it sucks now because Morgan left, but it would be much better if Morgan at least finished. Like if they had saved him going off to find Rick till the season finale instead of the mid-season finale, so that he could at least finish out the show, it would probably be better. Because he's a really good character. Morgan's a great fucking character. He was a great character on Walking Dead. He's a great character on Fear the Walking Dead. He's a great character. And
he was a great character from the start, but there was never no problems.
But they took him off the show. I
kind of dropped it when Negan was coming around. And I was looking at clips just recently. Oh, I'm like, oh, this person died. Oh, even the girl was alien died. I'm like, damn.
Yeah.
Jesus, I wasn't surprised by.
Yeah, I mean, Walking Dead was such a shit show in the last 3 seasons that, honestly, for the last several seasons, Fear the Walking Dead has been the better show. And a lot of that was because of Morgan. Morgan was a great lead character for the show. And so now they're like bringing it back. It's the last season of the show. They're doing the final season, and they just fucking middle of the final season. Well, let's just fucking take Morgan out. And it's like, well, he was the best part of the fucking show, and now you're going to end it without him? So it's back. It's fine. There's only been 1 episode out so far, so we'll see how this ends. I mean, either way, it's still better than the last couple seasons of Walking Dead. So, at least it's better than that, I guess. But still, come on. I don't know. We'll see. I've just lost all faith in Walking Dead. I didn't like the Daryl show. I didn't like the Negan and Maggie show. The last 3 seasons of Walking Dead was ass. The Tales of the Walking Dead out of 8 episodes only had 2 decent episodes.
Well, with Terry Crews, I bet, huh?
Yeah, the Terry Crews episode was good, and the Time Loop episode was good. Those were the only 2 good episodes out of 8 episodes. And
surprisingly, the Terry one was free to watch.
Yeah, well, that was the first episode. It was episode 1 and 2 were the good episodes, and then the rest of them all sucked ass. So, Walking Dead is putting out way more crap than good stuff right now. So I've been looking forward to Rick coming back because we've known he's going to come back since the episode he left because we knew he wasn't dead. And originally he was supposed to come back in 3 AMC movies. And I've been excited about this. It's been 3-4 years, whatever it was, since they announced that, oh yeah, Rick didn't really die and he's coming back. And I've been excited about getting back to Rick, the star of the fucking story, for at least 3 years now. And they've screwed up so much in the last 3 years that I have no faith it's going to actually be good. Like, I want it to be good. I want Rick and Michonne coming back to legitimately be good. I want to enjoy it. But they've fucked it up so bad. Everything they've put out from Walking Dead outside of Fear the Walking Dead has been absolute crap that I'm questioning whether or not this show is going to be any good at all.
What's happened to the comics? Is it still going, or is it?
Oh, no, the comics ended years ago.
Okay, and it's not trying to be the comics anymore.
No, it's not trying to be the comics. Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, Rick died in a completely different period of time in the comics. And yeah, so much is different from the comics at this point that it's nowhere near the same.
And then this is the last season, right? So is it going to conclude, or is it just going to leave you with humanity's doomed or something?
Well, Walking Dead's already over.
Oh,
It ended with season 11. Fear the Walking Dead is ending with this season, which is season 8. We are getting the Rick and Michonne show. We just got the Daryl show. Before that, we got the Negan and Maggie show.
So how did
which are all like these little like one season stories.
How did Walking Dead end? Did it end with like there's an end in sight, or like everybody's doomed?
No, it basically ended with like to be continued in all these other shows.
Ah, okay.
Well,
So
because I remember last week you said was like I think that was the scene with the bridge and all that stuff, right? Or they helicopter them off.
Yeah, that's like 3 seasons ago. Yeah, that was in season 9, right? Season 9.
I mean, that leads into a whole bigger problem because remember, just like how in movies are, we're still dealing with like people trying to throw franchises and all little types of little side stuff here and there. I think that sometimes kills a series, especially if you ain't had all that stuff planned out.
Yeah, I mean, seriously, like there was a couple of cool episodes that came out after Rick left the show. And I will say them, fast forwarding time and having Judith, at like 10 years old or whatever, however old she's supposed to be. And she was actually a good character. But other than that, after Rick left, the show was absolutely pointless. And it should have ended there. That's when the show should have ended. And it should have ended when Rick left. And then you can do, the Rick and Michonne show and do all this other stuff, whatever you want to do, and do it well. But they haven't been able to do that. They drug on Walking Dead for another 2.5 seasons or 3 seasons or whatever it was after Rick left. And it just wasn't good. And the shows they've come out with since then, the Walking Dead World Beyond, Daryl show, Negan show, Tales of the Walking Dead, while they've all had an episode or 2 here that was okay, in general, the shows all suck. Fear the Walking Dead's been the only one that has been consistent and been good and entertaining. And now it's ending. So, like,
it's all in a wasteland, though. Like nothing, like a new city is evolved or new civilization comes back.
Oh, yeah, there's plenty of new civilizations that have evolved. That's what they were doing at the end of
Walking Dead.
But it just wasn't good. It wasn't written well.
Yeah. In the comics, it was a full-on society was back.
It's just back with.
I was gonna say this because I would give Fear the Walking Dead a little different because it's something separate. Like if they would have ended just how the way it was with the Walking Dead, hey, there's Fear the Walking Dead, different new cast of characters, different set of other things, or maybe something that goes in the in the future and stuff like that. Because when you start putting like, oh, this story ain't done, you got to watch the other show to see what happened at the end, or we got to watch another show. That's when it starts to become a problem.
I always thought generically the most compelling part about zombie movies or zombie TV shows was the initial part of the zombie apocalypse where like things go from normal to not normal, where everyone's figuring out what's going on and zombies are chomping people, and
it would be absolute chaos. You wouldn't know what's going on.
Right, but that's the point. Is like that's what's compelling about it, not like some like I don't know drawn out story about some fucking survivors and reconnecting with civilization and all the other bullshit that they do.
Well, and here's the thing: they fucked that up too, because that's what they tried to do with the first 2 seasons of Fear the Walking Dead, and it sucked.
Yep. Yep.
It fucking sucked.
You wouldn't
and
know
I think you could do both because we've seen movies where it done it where like, oh, the apocalypse just started, or it's near in between, or even it's way past. We have movies that done good like that. It's just, it's like some of those things. It's not a series. I don't think you should do like crazy amount of seasons. You do got to wrap it up at some
Well,
point.
and here's the thing: the comics did a really good job of telling those stories of after the initial, changeover in society, and the show did a good job of that for about the first 5 seasons, and then occasionally would have good times in it for about another 3 seasons after that until Rick fucking left the show. But it's become fucking boring. And by the way, ENT in the chat says in the comic it ends with Carl shooting Rick after he turned. That's not where it ends. That does happen when they're in the Commonwealth, and he does that. But then it flashes forward to when Carl's an adult and has his own kid, and society started to reform. And there's a whole other 10 issues after Rick dies in the comics, where it's a whole other story, and it's about Rick or Carl being, an adult and living in this town, and all the characters are. Anyway, it's a whole other thing. There's another 10 issues after Rick dies in the comics.
I don't think there was not been a problem if they deviated from the story, because I know there were certain choices that he didn't like that he did in the comic. They're like, oh, maybe we should do it right here in the show. I think it probably got more problems when, the studios probably got more of their hands on it. Like, oh, we can make more money doing all these off series and stuff. And there was a lot of more drastic changes. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I honestly, I don't know how they're making money off this show still. I mean, somehow, actually I do. Because somehow Walking Dead stuff is still very highly rated. A lot of people still watch it.
Is there Walking Dead action figures?
No, there fucking should be. I mean, they did do some. McFarlane did some a few years ago. That were okay. I mean, actually, they were pretty good, but he did them in the weird 5-inch size for some stupid reason. I don't know why.
I'm confident Hasbro will do a child's line of zombie figures.
Yeah. We were just talking about this last night. I don't know why someone hasn't done a full-on zombie line. Whether you go to, use your, pick up Resident Evil or whatever. There are people like me who would totally love to have a shelf full of zombies.
There's not a dude from what's that movie that your tattoo is? The boomstick one?
No. Wow. I mean, there's a couple of figures, but there's not a whole line of stuff from any zombie movie or anything.
Yeah, you know what I mean? All we get's Ash.
I know Funko Pop did a bunch of Walking Dead pops and zombie pops and shit like that.
Yeah, and if you like Funko Pop, that's cool, but for action figures, there's hardly any zombie related stuff. You could do again, we were talking about you could. Why hasn't somebody picked up Resident Evil? Why hasn't McFarlane or someone picked up Resident Evil as a line and started producing? You can produce all the hero characters, who I'd love to have. You could produce just a random assortment of zombie characters and Nemesis and all these other characters from the games. There's a ton of character designs to mine from those games.
Yeah, the only thing you can get is third-party stuff.
Well, here's the thing I was going to ask, because I don't know the whole toy stuff with McFarlane. He's done stuff with video games, right?
Yeah, he's done a bunch.
Okay. I don't know if it has something to do with Capcom, because Capcom could be kind of funny sometimes. And I know they have their own little separate toy line, little figures and stuff. So I don't know why.
Well, Capcom gave the license to Jada Toys. They're making a 6-inch Street Fighter.
What we should do is just start our own toy action figure line and make everything that we wish these other fucking companies would make and just make it better.
We should. Jared, you're on it. You do all the designs. I just want a good zombie line, man. Give me some hero characters. Give me some zombie fodder, and then give me some super zombies. And that's why I say Resident Evil is a great franchise to pull from, because they have all that already. You've got the big bad zombies like your Nemesis and some of these other characters. You've got your zombie fodder that you can make figures of, and you have your hero characters. You have the things you need to have a great line. You've got tons of character designs. Zombies are, when it comes to people who collect this shit, the zombie market is just very, very underserved.
Of course, there's that new G.I. Joe figure at the Dark Energon zombie.
Oh God, yeah, the the mole rat.
Yep.
I was gonna say this, man. I mean, it would be good for them to do Resident Evil, but remember, Resident Evil also kind of deviate off too, because there are some crappy ones in the main series.
Well, there
Nobody wants to
are, but
talk
there's
about.
so many good ones. I'm just saying somebody needs to pick up a zombie line, like a good zombie line. And Justin, I see what you're saying, that Operation Monster Force, but like that's more focused on. Which, by the way, I like that. It's a cool looking line. But you know, you got the Frankenstein character, you got the vampire characters, you got this, you got that. You do got a couple zombie characters. I'm talking about a line where your main antagonist figures can be all zombies. You know, variations of zombies where you could like army build zombies for a shelf. You know, and not just like, oh, let's, you know, like Monster Force is cool, but it's like a little bit of every build, you know, monster.
It's like a
build.
Universal Monsters type thing.
Yeah. I'm talking about just a zombie line, because you can literally just create different zombies. Like you don't even have to you don't have to base them on the characters. It can be like, oh, let's just make a zombie guy in blue jeans and a leather jacket. And now let's make a zombie chick in fucking, I don't know. She was a zombie prostitute, and now she's a prostitute, and now she's wearing a zombie. And then we can have the zombie policeman and the zombie military guy and the zombie this and the zombie that. Like, it's endless, the characters you can create. You don't have to own any IP to make these figures. You can just make zombie action figures. You don't have to, they you know, make them 6.5-inch scale so they fit in with most things that people collect.
Mm-hmm.
And you just make zombie figures. Why someone hasn't done this yet, I don't know.
Hasbro
seems like a no-brainer.
Hasbro has trademarked it for the youth market.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It just seems like a wasted opportunity here, as far as
What if you went with a skeleton or something, and then you get some sort of a rubberized stuff that you jam on there to make the flesh, and then you just rip the flesh.
They make skeleton figures. Just grab some Play-Doh, I guess, and make your own zombies or some shit. I don't know.
They were called Fison before, but they got those silicone body figures where they got the metal skeleton and the silicone bodies over top.
That's what I was thinking.
They could do that with
rip them.
zombies.
Except rip them, right? Like break them and tear them.
Yeah. Chris out there in the chat says, hey, did you get my email about J&D Studios Indiana Jones figures? No. When did you send an email? I haven't got an email about any Indiana Jones figures.
They should make a monkey figure with little dates.
J&D. I got to look these up now.
I know SH Figure Arts is doing Indiana Jones. And
oh, yeah. And they look awesome, by the way. J&D Studios, Spec Op Fiction.
So when they do something like that, do they got to get Harrison Ford to write off on it because it's going to look like him?
Yes, if it's officially licensed Indiana Jones.
Yeah, but I mean, is it because he owns a chunk of Indiana?
Oh, these are statues.
Or because
they can use his likeness. If they make it look like him, they can't do that.
These are 1/3 scale statues that sell for $4,500.
He wasn't
holy hell
as naive as Mark Hamill. Mark Hamill sold his likeness rights.
Oh, he did. Okay,
dude, check these things out. My kids fucking loved these toys for some reason, especially my youngest son. And I had to buy every single one of them, and I don't have any of them anymore. And now looking at fucking Amazon or eBay, they're like $150 for the set. So they've gone up in price.
From Hasbro?
I don't even know what they found these at the store one time, and they're like, okay, I love these. I want these. I want all of them.
You know that show, the toys
those
that
look familiar. I've seen those before.
Yeah, they used to be like $5 at the store. Like you pick one up for like $5 or $6.
From that.
They're definitely styled after Rat Fiend stuff.
But yeah, my kids, we had every single one of these.
It's like a 3-dimensional thing of those old comics, kind of.
I know I've seen them, but
that's $150 for the whole set of them that are in nice condition.
Right.
Was that wasn't something that was like free at McDonald's? That was like you had to go to the store and buy them.
Yeah, I mean, it was like we're going through Walmart or whatever. The kids want a toy, okay, $6, $8, whatever it was. Or they came in like packs of 3 too. You can get like a 3-pack for like $20 or something.
I remember years ago, one thing that surprised me is I almost gave them to my nephews because I didn't think nothing of them. They had transforming Digimon, and I just happened like, before I give these to my nephews, let me look eBay, see what they go for on eBay. They were selling for like $100 a piece. It's like, yeah, these are going on eBay.
I don't know. The kids love these. I just remember like you guys were talking about like zombie toys. And I'm like, dude, the kids like some zombie thing. And oh yeah, it was this. And then I found it, and I'm like, oh, dude, I got to show you guys this. That's all.
Is there a zombie one?
Yeah, there is. Where is he at? This guy, the guy in the Hearst. He's hard to see.
Like a fiend.
Well, then there was. Look, there's a. What's his name? He's kind of a zombie. Frankenstein.
Oh snap! You're calling Frankenstein a zombie?
Frankenstein's the original zombie.
Yeah, here's
what
the
he
zombie.
is. Justin out there in the chat says Amazon has 12-pack of 4-inch zombie action figures. Yeah, I've seen those. I don't want them in 4-inch though, because I want them to go with the other stuff. Like the 3 3/4 and 4-inch stuff I have is Star Wars and G.I. Joe, and I don't really think zombie fits in with that. But it would fit in with like all the Marvel and shit that I have.
Well, what
So
movie
I want
had
some, like 6.5-inch scale zombies?
What about what was the Reapers? What's the name of that movie? The good one.
Reapers? What?
Yeah, the bad guys in Fire. Yeah, those were sort of zombies. Reavers, whatever they were called.
Oh, Serenity from Serenity and stuff.
Serenity, yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of a zombie, right? Like a zombie that's a truck zombie. But same thing like you were saying before. They could do some sort of a generic figure and then, let you do armies of them or whatever for the bad guys. Now with 3D printing, is there like a thing where people will 3D print a bunch of stormtroopers so you don't have to go buy like expensive stormtrooper things when you're just going to have them in like?
Well, people just buy them from China now. You can buy like 10.
Oh, you can buy really cheap ones. Okay.
Yeah, you can buy really cheap. They're all knockoffs. They're not official Hasbro stuff.
But if they're just going to stand there and
they look really good. Yeah, and they have all the articulation that the Hasbro ones have and all that stuff. So, yeah, there's a bunch of them you can buy. That's how a lot of people army build. I'm looking this up. Look it up to see who makes 1/12 scale zombie action figures.
1/12. What's 1/12? He-Man?
That's 6-inch scale. So big, a little bigger than He-Man. Yeah, $185 for one figure. No. Oh, $227 for one figure. Come on, man. Somebody needs to make like some $20, $30 just zombie figures and just be done with it. This is so stupid. Such a missed market here, man.
Can't you just take some like figure that's a dime a dozen and then mod it into a zombie? Pretty easy.
You could, but you're still paying for the figure and then you're customizing it. And if you want to do like what I want to do, which is have a bunch of them because it's zombies, then that's a lot of effort. That's a lot of time and effort to put into that stuff.
Yeah.
That I don't want to do. So
that seems like a small business idea somebody's kid or somebody could do on the side, just buy a bunch of figures nobody wants.
I mean, if you had a 3D printer to print off zombie heads, you do some different designs for zombie heads, and then you could just modify existing action figures and zombify them. And
I recently
got heads on.
Like a bunch of G.I. Joes that are all zombified. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
I recently got the kind of 3D printer that dips into the resin. I haven't used it yet, but I bought one. Looking forward to that. That does way better versions or, way better stuff than the other kind.
Oh, well.
Do you have any pug action figures like this one?
No, I have no dog action figures. I do have a crocodile action figure, a fully articulated.
None of them? You don't have like a canine G.I. Joe, dude?
Matt, check out 5K Toys and type in zombies. They got 1/12 scale zombies.
Really?
How big are GI Joe, like regular GI Joe toys?
There's two sizes. There's 4-inch and 6-inch.
Come on, man.
Like the ones that we played with when we were kids. What
Those
are
are 3 3/4, which they don't really make those anymore.
What scale?
And Matt, you do too have a dog action figure.
That's not an action figure. That's a real
John Wick's dog.
That's a real fucking dog.
And the little dog's got his own action figure.
Yep.
Let's see.
No, you got that dog that goes with John Wick.
Took forever to find this. It's out of like a $30 set, but I found one at a thrift store for like 50 cents.
I found 4-inch ones that are pretty cheap. $25 for like a 12-piece set. That comes with like GI Joe looking characters too.
Is this a 2-pack for $50?
First one's a 2-pack for $50.
That's actually not bad.
And then got soft goods, and they look like rotten corpses.
And they got a 3-pack for $150.
There you go. There's a link in the side chat if you want to look at it.
Yeah, that's the one I was looking at. Yeah, except they're like they're little ones. They're not.
Oh, I bet these are Last of Us zombies. What, they got the heads blurred out.
Oh, probably.
Let me check
It says that they're 3.9, so they're the same size as like the ones that we played with when we were kids, the GI Joes anyway.
Those ones that you just linked to, though, Honda, that's like 6 of them are zombies and 6 of them are GI Joes, right?
Yeah, but if you're looking for zombies, that's the cheapest I've seen so far anyway.
You are a leader. You just don't know it.
I want to see what the heads look like.
That's why I'm checking out their Instagram. That on their website they can't show the faces if they're like. Apparently, these are part of a
they're licensed, whatever they are,
so they can't show their faces.
But I want to know what the faces look like, because if that's Last of Us zombies, I don't care.
Yeah, it looks like Last of Us zombies.
What does that mean?
They got the Last of Us figures. Joel, what was it? And the girl, whoever it is.
Why don't you care? Like what's
Ellie?
Because they got like cauliflower heads.
Yeah, they're not zombies. They're different.
Holy shit! They're doing a Carter Slade.
What? Who? What?
I found it on 5K Toys. Carter Slade, 1/12 scale, with his horse and Sam Elliott head. It is Thunder Toys, called Hell Ranger.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, it's also almost $400, and it's just him, no horse.
Oh, well, on 5K Toys, both together is $135.
That is a good figure.
Well, that's 1/6 scale. This is 1/12 scale, what I found.
Oh, is that what it is? Okay.
The 1/6 scale is $135 for the pair. $69.99 for the figure, $79.99 for the horse.
That's ridiculous.
And I looked, and behold, a pale horse, and his name that sat on him was Death, and hell followed him.
What's funny about that is, I swear to God, that looks like, other than having translucent plastic, that looks like the head sculpt I ordered. It just looks like they did it in translucent plastic so that you can have like a glow effect.
So the horse they're going to do is just skeleton horse?
Dude, for $270, it better fucking come with a horse, and the horse better fucking be alive.
For $270, it better blow me.
I'm sure there's one YouTuber who would love to have a figure that would blow him.
Ray.
Right. I know who you're talking about.
And apparently, he gets into that more so on his Patreon.
Oh, really?
The fuck are you guys talking about?
Jesus Christ. Dude, whatever.
What you have to do is
that little dog. That little dog. That little dog.
Sure.
Look at that little dog.
I found them. They are Last of Us zombies.
I don't care about Last of Us zombies.
Send them to you so you can see the pictures. Send them to your messenger, Facebook Messenger.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it for today. We have successfully weaved our way through the Geek Chat for tonight. I've just been handed a puppy that needs my attention.
Look at that little dog.
Because she is apparently giving everybody else in the house shit. And so I've got to go pay attention to a little one here who needs some attention. Do you need some attention?
You should make videos where that little dog goes around with the different action figures.
Yeah, you need some attention right now. You're driving everybody else crazy.
Either being a horse or some kind of a dragon.
So, yes. So we're going to get out of here. But, of course, we'll be back next week. We do this every week, every Saturday. We got the Geek Chat. And, of course, Jared's got his chat tomorrow night. Honda's got a chat tomorrow night. I'll be back on the NEA channel on Monday. And then we'll be back here to do Toy Chat on Friday and Geek Chat on Saturday. So there's lots of stuff. There's literally entertainment for you every single day of the week. It's great. And you're welcome. No. But, yeah, we're going to get out of here. So we will see you guys next time. Please to enjoy your weekend, hopefully. Yeah, I guess that's it. Anybody else got anything to say before we get the fuck out of here?
Live long and prosper.
Is it there just your victim of it?
Cleaning your SKS requires pants.
Yeah, no, it doesn't. I'll just end it by saying, Bob weep, Grana weep, Ninny bomb.